Hello and welcome to CSUN's Matador News. I'm Kortney Foust.
And I'm Nick Popham.
2 people are dead and others are still missing after an explosion this morning in New York City. Police say a gas leak caused the explosion, which sent 2 apartment buildings to the ground. A nearby resident reported the smell of gas 15 minutes before the explosion. Police set up barricades to keep residents away from the smoky buildings. People wore surgical masks while others held scarves to their faces. New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio says authorities are trying to locate the missing individuals.
Malaysia government officials have announced India is joining the search of waters near the Andaman Sea for the missing Boeing 777 aircraft. Malaysian Airlines air traffic controllers say the final words of the pilots were normal and routine. The mystery over the plane's disappearance has been met with conflicting statements from Malaysian officials, leaving friends and family of the passengers desperate for more information. Authorities say they have not ruled out any possible cause.
At CSUN, most students think there's more to the accident than what is being told.
Well, it's mysterious. It's kind of crazy to think that a plane disappears without any debris, whether it crashed or not, we don't know.
Part of it is like the government lying to us a little bit. I'm not sure if their technology is good enough or not. I mean, they tell us that their technology is advancing so much, yet they can't find this airplane after 4 days.
With everything that's happened, I mean, post 9/11, I don't think this should be happening. And I probably won't be flying via Malaysia Airlines.
I think it's pretty scary, the fact that they were able to lose a signal like that and nobody's heard anything about it. I mean, it was common back in the day because we weren't so advanced as we are today, but now it's just one of those, Bermuda Triangle mystery type deals.
Authorities say they have not ruled out any possible cause.
President Obama is hosting Ukraine's prime minister at the White House today in order to reinforce the U.S. commitment to Ukraine's government. Ukraine has accused Russia of deploying more than 80,000 troops close to its borders. However, Russia's Deputy Defense Minister Anatoly Atanov says there is no military buildup near the border. Russian forces have secured control over Ukraine's Crimea Peninsula. Voters in the Crimea Peninsula will decide on Sunday whether to become a part of Russia or remain in Ukraine territory. But officials say the peninsula is already being run as if it has joined Russia. But either way, many countries say they will not recognize the results of the referendum.
Prosecutors in Oscar Pistorius' murder trial have revealed the double amputee was not wearing his prosthetic legs when he shot his girlfriend Riva Steenkamp. They initially said he took the time to put on his legs before the shooting, showing the shooting was premeditated. But now lead prosecutor Jerry Nell says this is not the case. Forensic analysts say from the height of the bullet holes in the door, Pistorius most likely shot on his stumps.
President Obama wants equal pay for women. The president is inviting 10 female Democratic legislators to act as his Council of Economic Advisors. The council also wants to raise national minimum wage from $7.25 to $10.10. Currently, women make about 30 cents less to every dollar than men do in the American workplace. Experts say a boost in the minimum wage will reduce the gender equity gap by at least 5%. Along with wages, the council will discuss other work-related issues such as sick days, promotions, and family leave.
A man wanted on drug charges has been arrested after leading police on a high-speed chase through Colorado early this morning. The chase started at a gas station after the man stole a car with a 4-year-old boy inside. He managed to hijack 2 other cars during the pursuit. He crashed one of the cars at an intersection and then fled the scene to escape from police. He tried to jump over a chain-link fence but could not get over. He was taken to a local hospital where investigators are looking into whether he was drunk or on drugs.
As the violence in Venezuela continues, more student protesters are being shot and killed. 3 students were attacked and injured while blocking the streets around the university this week. Student-led protests have been erupting this month due to the country's shortage of basic items. Many in opposition of the government say groups of armed civilians are used to intimidate protesters. Officials have reported nearly 22 people have died in street protests.
Hopeful CSUN seniors are looking forward to the university's annual Grad Fest. Matador News reporter Mahina Haina has more on this story.
2014 Grad Fest starts today and will continue through tomorrow. Seniors are eagerly anticipating graduation and say they are gearing up for the big day. CSUN coordinators say grads should find helpful information to prepare them for graduation, and graduating seniors are nothing but excited.
Grad Fest is really just like an opportunity for students to come and kind of celebrate the fact that they're graduating, you know, and here at the bookstore they can buy several things. They can buy tassels, you know, because the tassel already kind of comes with the package, but if they didn't like the color of their major, or if they wanted a separate one to hang from their home or whatever, they can do that. They can also, you know, personalize their sashes. They can buy a sash, that kind of thing, and also take pictures and all sorts of fun stuff in there to celebrate graduation for them.
I'm very excited for Grad Fest. Great energy here today. It's very well run in the bookstore. We're all really excited to be here.
Right now, the line for Grad Fest is out the door, but coordinators are working hard to get people in and out as fast as they can. Now back to you in the studio.
People who suffer from migraines won't have to worry about aspirin refills. A migraine treatment device is expected to hit the market. Laura has more details.
Thank you, Nick. The Food and Drug Administration has approved the first medical device for preventing migraines. It's called Cephali, and it's used to stimulate nerves beneath the forehead shaped like a tiara, positioned just above the patient's eyes. The device creates a tingling sensation, delivering an electric current. Patients are meant to wear the device for no more than 20 minutes. In contrast to migraine medications, Cephali has no side effects. A company in Belgium called STX Med is already selling the device in Canada for $250. Parents' plea to save their son's life has finally been heard.
I would say it's not a necessity anymore. It's kind of a must-have.
7-year-old Josh Hardy with an experimental drug that may save his life. Josh's journey began when he was diagnosed with a rare kind of kidney cancer at 9 months old. He beat the cancer that over the years spread to his thymus, lung, and bone marrow. But now Josh is fighting against an adenovirus that spread through his body and makes him vomit blood several times a day. The hospital said Josh should get the new drug within 48 hours. A new blood test may help detect Alzheimer's disease. The test can predict who would get Alzheimer's or mild cognitive impairment with over 90% accuracy. Experts at Georgetown University obtained blood samples of hundreds of healthy people over 70 years of age. 5 years later, 28 of the seniors had developed Alzheimer's or some mild cognitive problem. The test should be available. Currently, the only available method for predicting these diseases are very expensive and sometimes risky. The Department of Health and Human Services says an approximate 4 million people have signed up for the Affordable Care Act. That is well short from the unofficial goal of signing up 7 million people by the end of March. The number renewed calls for Republicans to push off the penalty for not buying a health insurance. Meanwhile, the administration office are trying to promote the law and encourage people to sign up, including President Obama healthcare.gov during a YouTube appearance with comedian Zach Galifianakis. And now back to you, Kortney.
A stock company is giving its employees a hefty bonus of $167,000. Alejandra has more on that story.
Thank you, Kortney. Workers on Wall Street are getting an average of $164,000 in annual bonuses this year. That's the highest since before the economy crashed in 2008. The report was released by the New York State Comptroller's Office. Most Wall Street investment firms have shown a profit for the last 5 years. Today is the Internet's 25th birthday. In 1989, the Internet became a tool that everyone could use. World Wide Web inventor Tim Berners-Lee says more people should take action to keep the Internet free of censorship. Berners-Lee says everyone must play a role in shaping the future for the Internet. CSUN students say they can't remember a time before the Internet.
I would say it's not a necessity anymore. It's kind of a must-have. So I'm pretty dependent on it for classes and job searching. So I would say pretty dependent.
When growing up, when I had, it was like wait for the DSL to load, and then it's like by the time it loads, it's like okay, I forgot why I even came on the internet. But now it's just crazy because it's like everything pretty much revolves around the internet.
The Pew Research Center says 46% of Americans say it will be next impossible to live without internet. Now back to you, Nick.
Kobe Bryant is taking a much-needed break. Here's Laura with sports.
Thank you, Nick. Sad news for the Lakers fan. Kobe Bryant will miss the remainder of the season. Bryant has played only 6 games this season due to multiple injuries. In November, Kobe signed a 2-year, $48.5 million contract. General manager Mitch Kupchak doesn't want to rush him back on the courts, especially after signing him for another 2 years. Lakers are currently tied for the worst record in the Western Conference. Former Lakers legend coach Phil Jackson is currently negotiating with the New York Knicks for a front office position. While some CSUN students say they feel confident about the future of the Lakers, others say they aren't too sure.
Well, just to touch on the whole Kobe situation, I honestly feel as though he should sit out for the rest of the season. There's no point in him coming back. We're not in a winning situation right now, and there's no need for him to use up his energy.
Well, I'm extremely happy about Phil Jackson being a consultant for the Knicks. Never had a problem with Phil, but other than him being part of the Lakers.
Kobe's gonna come back, that's for sure. He's gonna be driven to compete. That's the one thing he does.
CSUN students say they are waiting to see what kind of season the Lakers will have. NFL free agency kicks off with a bang. Cornerback Aqib Talib is moving on from the Patriots and joining the Denver Broncos. The Broncos are also in pursuit of Dallas Cowboys defensive end DeMarcus Ware, who is the Cowboys' all-time leader in the sacks. Miami Dolphins offensive tackle Jonathan Martin has found a new home. The San Francisco 49ers have traded for Martin, reuniting him with his former college coach. Martin was involved in a highly publicized bullying incident among his former teammates. And now back to you, Kortney.
And now here's Alejandra with entertainment.
Thank you, Kortney. The MTV Movie Awards 2014 list of nominees is finally in. Some of the nominees for Movie of the Year are 12 Years a Slave, American Hustle, and The Hunger Games: Catching Fire. Amy Adams, Sandra Bullock, and Jennifer Lawrence are nominated for Best Female Performance. Bradley Cooper, Leonardo DiCaprio, and Josh Hutcherson are nominated for Best Male Performance. The MTV Movie Awards will take place Sunday, April 13th. Female characters are still underrepresented in movies, so says the Center for the Study of Women in Television and Film at San Diego State. Only 15 lead characters in 100 of the highest grossing domestic films of 2013 were female. That's up by 4% from 2011, but down 1% from 2002. The number for minority females represented on screen is even lower. African Americans' character representation climbed up to 14% from 8% in 2011. Hispanic characters saw little change, as they were 5% in 2011, up from 4% in 2002. The Bachelor season finale disappoints viewers as star Juan Pablo Galavez refused to say the 3 magic words to the woman he chose at the end. The 32-year-old picked up an engagement ring for the finalists, but then refused to propose because he said he was not 100% sure he wanted to marry her. Pablo was adored by the viewers at the beginning of the season until he angered the gay community by making insensitive comments and even insulting some of the contestants during the show. Hollywood actor Chris Pine has been charged in New Zealand with DUI. Pine, known for his role as Captain Kirk in the Star Trek movie, was charged March 1st for driving with a blood alcohol level of 0.08%. The 32-year had been in New Zealand filming the movie Z for Zagara. He is due in court Monday. And now back to you.
From all of us here in Matador News, I'm Nick Popham.
And I'm Kortney Foust. Have a great day.